This is Scott the Fix-It Guy. Our goal with our videos is to empower you to be able to do the repairs on your own and save a whole lot of money and also get that great feeling of having fixed it by yourself. Today we have a DCS range where the burners are clicking but not lighting. It's a pretty common problem, and usually you don't need any parts. You just need to do a little bit of cleaning. I think the tools you would need for this would be a wrench and something that's very pointy, like a straightened paper clip, and a small wire brush, and some electrical cleaner would be good too. So I'm just testing these different burners. The back one lit pretty good. Front one, it doesn't light up. You know, you can hear it clicking, you can hear the gas flow, but it just won't light. It's pretty common the front ones will be the ones that are going to have trouble because they get used most often. And also sometimes you get like a boil over condition. Center one looks good. Like some milk will boil over and then clog some of the little holes, the little jets. Back one on left looks good. Front left looks good. They reported though that the front left sometimes also has trouble. So we're going to take a look at both of these. And this video will just go over these easy cleaning steps. I think with this procedure, it's good to be patient because sometimes when you think you have it, that it acts up again. You have to keep trying. Notice that this is a little loose. So first thing is I'm going to poke into this little hole on the DCS stove. It's down pretty far, about 4 inches down. It's a little brass jet, and there's a hole in the middle, and I'm using this poking tool. It's an owl. This maybe give you a better look. There's the little hole down there to try to open up that hole if there's any debris in there. So by putting this in and then turning it around a couple of times, it'll break up the debris. And then when you turn on the gas, it'll just blow out any debris powder. So you could use a straightened paper clip would work too. But they just build up a little bit of oxidation, corrosion, or some food gets in and clogs things up. So that's all we're doing. We're just going through and doing a normal cleaning procedure. Probably do this like once a year to keep your range doing really good. So I'm cleaning this surface. This is where I had removed the burner head. I'm using a wire brush. I'm going to clean the igniter. Be careful around the igniter because it's porcelain and we don't want to break that porcelain. There's some electrical cleaner. Got this at Home Depot in the electronics section. Let's spray that in on the igniter. Spray a little bit into that hole where I cleaned it. And then here's the burner cap. I'm going to clean that also with the wire brush. If you want to get a little further into it, you can undo this nut. It's a brass nut. Vice grips is not the best tool. Probably better to use a socket if you can, or even a crescent wrench. But then that piece will come off, and we can see that there's a lot of corrosion in here. Probably this is most likely milk that had boiled over and coated everything. And we got to get rid of all of that with the wire brush. And also you can see these little holes. Some of them are coated too. And this is where gas comes out to ignite on the spark. So that's a real important part to clean. Just gonna test it. So you get the clicking, but the lighting is just occasional. Sometimes works, sometimes it doesn't. So to get it more consistent, we just got to do a little more cleaning. Clean that igniter. Again, just be careful not to put too much pressure. You don't want to break that porcelain. And just doing testing again. little more cleaning. Basically, if you can turn on the burner 10 times in a row and it lights 10 times in a row, you know you're done. But sometimes it's still an intermittent problem. You have to just be patient and just try the procedures over and over again. If you can dedicate about 20 to 30 minutes to your stove, it'll work great. Clean that igniter. Burner cap on. Using a little more electrical cleaner. You gotta be a little bit careful with this stuff because it's highly flammable. So if you do use it, when you put it back together and light it, it will light, but you'll probably get a big flame. So just be careful you don't have anything around it that could catch fire. There's the big flame right there. And it's good to just let it burn for a little bit to burn off all of the electrical cleaner. Starting up good. Sometimes these start well though after you put the electrical cleaner because the cleaner acts like a fuel and it makes it easier to light. But it's a false premise because when it burns away you'll have the same problem again. So you gotta keep trying it just to make sure that it's gonna always work. Take a look at this front left one too. Look down in that hole and put my owl in there. Twist around inside that little jet. Here's again when you take it further apart by taking off that nut. Yeah, if you can clean this metal surface really good, and then where the other metal surface that touches it when you put the upper burner assembly on, then you get a better metal-to-metal contact. And then when the electricity flows through the circuit to create the spark, you'll get a nice complete circuit and you'll get a strong spark. But if this metal-to-metal contact between this piece and the piece to the left is not clean, then the spark will not be strong enough. I'll put that piece back in. There's a little indexing pin that has to go in a hole. That just sat down really good. Put that nut back on. The nut has to be on there pretty tight because you want that upper metal piece to be pushed down hard against that lower metal piece to again create a really good metal-to-metal contact. So I'm going to tighten it up a little bit. Be careful because this is a brass piece and you don't want to go too tight because it'll strip. All right, I'll put that burner cap back on. That's pretty good. So that lit up really well. I think the right one's doing good. Left one pretty good. Right one really good. So they're both doing better. Go over a little more detail of how to clean these now. So if you notice there's a little pin down by the 6 o'clock position here, or about 5 o'clock position. There's a little pin, very small, but that has to fit into that notch right there. So when you put it on, take your time, line those up, and wiggle it around until it sits really flat. That's going to give you a much better flame. It's very common that when you come on these stoves that the burner head is sitting askew. It's at a kind of a slight angle. And that's a big reason why you get a weird flame or trouble lighting. So here again, we're just cleaning the upper rim here. Any of these metal surfaces on top should be cleaned. And we're going to clean also here. That's where the metal touches, metal to metal. You can look at these holes, pretty dirty. So we're going to use the wire brush to clean that up. You want to make sure all those holes are open. If they're clogged with some stuff, you can use a straightened paper clip. Works really good to get in there and clean those out. But those are where the gas flows through and meets the spark. We can kind of see it right here on this left burner. So you can use this kind of a tool also to clean those holes out. If you basically get all of these parts shiny and there's no junk on them and they're no more dull look, and then put it together, it's going to work great. It's going to work like new. Use a little more electrical cleaner, spray it in these holes. Be careful with that electrical cleaner. You should wear some glasses, safety glasses, because it can spray back and hit you in the eyes. So this one's doing a lot better now. Lighting pretty quick. This one's doing really good too. So that's how it should be, where you just put gas lights right away. The ones in the back are always going to be a little bit delayed because the gas has to flow further back before it can be ignited. So don't feel bad if those don't light up as fast. But the front two should light up pretty much instantly when you turn them on. This again, just a little more cleaning with the wire brush. I get these at the dollar store. You get 3 wire brushes for $1. It's a pretty good deal. Electrical cleaner from Home Depot. And the little owl thing, I got that from Amazon. The same type of procedure can be used on the Wolf stove and works just as good. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for watching our video. We really appreciate your support. And when you get a chance, please press the subscribe button below so you can be subscribed, and also the notification bell so we can send you more videos about appliance repair. Please also give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. If you really liked the video and it really helped you, please press this new applaud button and you can show your support and also get a nice clapping hands for your video. Thanks again.